Hello and welcome back to Author's channel. And today
Hello.
I have a very young and dynamic little guy with me, Arnav Deshpande. Can you believe he's already a published author at 14? My God, it's amazing to have him here. Hi, Arnav. Welcome
Hello.
to our channel today.
Yeah.
So tell us, what are you up to these days and how are you coping with the restrictions?
So, like, one of my very favorite hobbies is to read,
Mm-hmm.
and there's also I this studying,
Mm-hmm.
and so most of my time goes in studying, and so there's also like in our society we're allowed to go down for a stroll, and
Mm-hmm.
so there I'm allowed to catch up with my friends. So that and the studying and reading makes up a good
Mm-hmm.
amount of my day, along with playing the guitar.
Okay. So, I hope you're being careful when you go down. You're wearing your masks and sanitizing your hands
Yes,
properly.
we have to
Okay.
abide by the rules of social distancing.
Yeah. So, tell us, how has this affected your life? How are you enjoying your online classes?
So, when I had first got the message from my school that our online classes are about to start, initially I was quite scared because some of my other friends also have online classes, and like our school had started the education system by sending us work regularly from our school's app.
Mm-hmm.
And my friends said that online class is really very boring. So initially I was very scared, but now having personally experienced it, it's not as bad as they make it out to be. It's quite interesting. And even the teachers at Sanskriti School Bukum are working really hard to make us very comfortable in the classes.
Okay. So, but you must be missing going to school, getting ready,
Oh
going to school,
yes.
and doing all nonsense. Have you been up to mischief at home?
Not mischief as such, but then we play a lot. Like I have a dog, Beagle, so
Okay.
I play with her a lot. Yes, that's
Okay. But
about the only mischief.
what is the first thing you'd like to do when you get back to school?
When I get back to school, like I first like to have a good look around. So like it's been a really long time since I went there. Like last day, I think it was in March.
Yeah.
So once I get there, I need to take a really good look around, and then I must catch up with my friends. Also, been a very
Yeah.
long time since I last saw them. Like I need to meet them live and not online.
Yeah. Yeah. But then I think since our generation is much more tech savvy, it's been easier for us to, move online, move everything online, but still that personal touch is missing.
Yes, true.
But you have been busy. You have kept busy, huh? You have met the best of the situation and you have debuted in the publishing world. You have two books out now.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel to be a published author and right now?
So, like, it's a totally new experience for me. Like, up till now, I've been writing to honor a passion, but like, I also had a dream to be to publish something. So now that dream has come true in the form of my two books, Where Fear Prowls and Little Monsters Ran Away. So, right now, I'm feeling very happy and satisfied.
So, you said that you have been pursuing writing as a passion for quite a while. So, how long have you been writing?
I have been writing since I was 7 years old. And
Mm-hmm.
so, like, as my mom tells me, she used to read to me since I was 3 months old. So,
Uh-huh.
since then, I've been interested in English, and I wrote my first seven stories when I was seven to mark my age. And on my seventh birthday, they were given out as a return gift. Let me just show you the book.
Oh, wow.
Published at home itself, like just a home production. Like here.
Fly with me. Wow,
Yes,
that's nice.
quite a thin book.
Did you paint the cover as well?
Yeah, that my mom did all that on paint.
Okay. It's a really nice idea. You have really supportive parents and it shows.
Yes.
So, what form of writing do you personally prefer? Because I know you write in quite a few forms. So, which one do you prefer personally, write? Like when you are sitting down to write.
So my most preferred form of writing will be stories, especially fantasy fiction, because
Okay.
like when I read a story, like all the fantasy fiction stories, they open an entire new world for me to go and explore. And this is the case with each and every story that I've seen, which is fantasy fiction, which is why I like to pursue these kind of books a lot. And these are also my inspiration to write,
Okay.
so that I
So,
can, okay,
yeah, tell me. So that
so
you
that I
can.
can open up some of my own worlds.
That's good. That's really nice. So, first, let's talk about your first book, which is Let's Talk About the Little Monsters Ran Away. Huh?
Sure.
So, when did you write these poems?
These poems I started writing last year, around the end precisely,
Mm-hmm.
and since then they have gone through a lot of processes to
Mm-hmm.
finally come out as an entire book for sale.
Haha. So, as I understand, it's a collection of poems that can help parents teach young kids about hygiene, right?
Yes,
And in a fun manner.
yes,
So,
right.
did it so happen that you wrote these poems and it automatically formed a theme, or did you consciously write these poems in a common theme with a common theme?
So, this the idea for these poems had began with my mother, and that idea's origins can be traced back to my childhood. So, like when I was a child and gave my mother a hard time learning the habit, she made up this character called Bitu, which is mentioned in one of the poems in the book. So Bitu used to be a character who did not follow all the good habits, such as brushing teeth twice and eating healthy food, eating not too much sweet, and such habits. So my mother wove stories around him to make me understand the ill effects of not following these habits. And I must say that this is the reason I'm following them all today.
Okay.
So
So
as you
when
mentioned in
you
your question, that this is the aim for of me writing the poems to provide kids habits in a fun way.
Okay, so your own childhood experiences are reflected in this. So you remember how you used to rebel against these habits, and how your mom instilled them in you, right?
Yes, so the clearest thing I can remember from them is when she used to tell me the stories at bedtime. That's one.
Okay, and the other book is a horror collection of short stories of horror stories. So where fear prowls.
Yes.
So, first of all, I want to know why horror? You are just 14. Why are you already writing horror?
So for some reason, I find that I can relate to horror better than any other style of writing. Although I can't really watch any horror movie through with my eyes open, horror books is a totally different thing. So, like, I find that when I'm writing horror, my mind can veer into any direction and come up with many sorts of happenings or scenes. So, like, I find that I can write it best. I can
Okay.
get most creative in horror. Yeah.
So the I know you love Stephen King,
Yes.
uh, and he must have helped shape your inspiration to write horror. So, were you scared reading Stephen King?
Not exactly scared, because like that's the difference I see between a horror book and a horror movie. Like in a horror book, you can only see what the author wants you to see and how you want to see what the author wants you to see. But unlike this, in a movies, you get to see only what the director wants to show you, and your vision might be scarier or less scarier than the director's. So, as my dad tells me, Stephen King's The Shining's movie is very, very scary. So, I find that my vision must be a little less scarier.
Okay. Oh, yeah, but that's the thing about horror and, like you said, fantasy, and
Yes.
mostly with most of the fiction, that it's up to you how much you can imagine and how much
Yeah,
you want to imagine as well, right?
exactly.
So, have your friends read your books yet?
Not friends, but my family friends, like my parents' friends and a few relatives have read my books.
Any kids among them?
My cousin sister, but she's can't be called a kid. She's already an adult.
Okay. So, were they scared of your books?
Mm, yeah, so
They
they
were
say.
very scared after reading?
Um, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now, Arnav?
Yeah, sure.
So, I was asking, were they scared after reading your book?
So they say yes, they were.
So that's nice, but your the 13 stories, and that I find very interesting, that you have chosen to publish a collection of 13, because it's a number that's very prominent in horror genre. So
Yes.
from psychopaths and ghosts, and there are different elements in each story. So out of which these 13 stories, which is your personal favorite? Tell us a bit about that story.
That would be the dreams from these 13 stories.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I like it so much is because it's one of those stories where you can just throw yourself into what's happening in the book, what the writer wants to tell you. So
Mm-hmm.
like I find that I have described each and every detail to the tiniest point in that
Okay.
story. So when I myself read it, I can just transport myself into the scene which is occurring at the place,
Mm-hmm.
and I can either be there as as the protagonist mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
or as a bystander. So
Okay.
that book has the lot of description, which is why I like it.
Okay. Okay. And is it also the scariest of the 13?
No, it isn't.
It's not. Which
For
one
for
is the
me,
scariest?
for me personally, the last one is the scariest.
Okay. Okay. So
It's the Don't Shut Your Eyes.
don't shut your eyes. What is it about?
It's about a spirit
Mhm.
that kidnaps kids, but how? You'll have to figure out by reading the book.
Okay. So no spoilers there. That's
No.
that's okay. We'll get to the book soon enough. So the other thing that I wanted to ask you is, like, uh, from writing and collecting the stories that you have written over the years or over the last few months, how did you find the process of selecting the stories that is going to go in this book, or selecting the poems that are going to go in this book? It's been a different kind of experience for you, right? Writing is one thing, and then
Yes.
for the first time experiencing the publishing process, where you decide which one goes in, which one doesn't, maybe for the next time, and then maybe a little bit of editing had to be done. So how did you find the
Yes.
whole process, and how much were you involved hands on?
So this process was very easy
Mm-hmm.
owing to the lockdown, yes. Because of that, we were all at home,
Mm-hmm.
and with my parents at home, me at home. So like it was easier for us to coordinate the work which was supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was easier for us to work as a team rather than them going to the office, hearing something from Aruna, Miss Aruna, and then them coming back so late at night and then telling me ki do this jaldi karo. So instead of that, while we were all sitting together, it was really very easy to do that.
But how did you decide which 13 stories should go in this book? Did you have few more stories to choose from?
um a few more stories to choose from. Not exactly, because when I was writing this book, I had written exactly 13 stories. So there
Okay.
wasn't much question about which one was to go in, which one was not.
Okay, okay, okay. So the other thing is that I know you personally, you are a voracious reader. You love Stephen King, you love J.K. Rowling, and who are the other authors that you love reading?
I like Roald Dahl and Enid Blyton along
Mm-hmm.
with them. So because like even though their writing is not as serious and like what can I say, like high level as J.K.
Or
Rowling's
grown
and
up.
Stephen King's, their writing also has that same kind of glamour which can grip you and hold you until they're done.
Uh-huh. So I hope you have a few books to show us, few of your favorite books to show us.
Sure, I do. Okay, let's start with J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, coming
Mm-hmm.
right up here.
So J.K. Rowling's Cursed Child is your favorite?
By far, yes, it is the book which I have liked the most in the Harry Potter series.
Okay. And what did you like? What did you like about it more than? Why is it your favorite among all the books?
Because it has a totally different plot,
Mm-hmm.
like other unlike the other Harry Potter books. Because in them, like the one and constant scene plot was Voldemort, but
Mm-hmm.
here it is Cedric. So like it
Mm-hmm.
was here there was time travel as well. So like J.K. Rowling has shaped the story in a different way,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I like about this particular book.
And what about the next one?
Sure. That would be The Shining by Stephen King.
Okay.
This book is also this book is also very scary.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as I read it, it wasn't like all that scary as the director may have made it out to be for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because like how I view this story,
Mm-hmm.
it's quite, yeah, normal. But the
Normal.
way Stephen King has woven the words
Yeah.
into a story,
Mm-hmm.
like even the smallest sentences, he has
Mm-hmm.
made into more complicated sentences, which are like more um, juicier to read. It
Okay.
attracts you more to the book.
Okay. So now I'll just ask you one thing. It was fun for me to see you showing your favorite books, but let's see your books first now.
Sure, just a second.
So,
So here's my first written book, which
mhm.
is Where Fear Prowls.
Okay, so you have written this before the collection of poetry.
Yes, this one I had started writing way before the collection of poetry.
Okay,
Yes,
so the cover has all the horror in elements present over there.
yes,
Yeah. Okay, that's Fear, where Fear Prowls, the
yes,
collection of 13 short stories. Okay,
yes.
and let's see the other one.
Surely. Okay. It looks like this in Kindle format.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Yeah, you have to bring it a little closer for this one. Yeah,
Yeah.
little monsters ran away.
Yes.
Okay, those are the bacteria and virus, and the
Yeah.
other monsters that we need to take care of with our hygiene.
Yes. Absolutely right.
Nice cover.
So like,
Actually, I like both the covers. They're very relevant.
hmm, like
Mhm.
I these the reason that they have been portrayed as monsters, like with horns and claws and all, is because like um it's like for the young readers to enjoy more. So like
Mhm.
it portrays them in a more fun and childlike way, as
Yeah,
a child would like to imagine.
yeah. So both the covers, I love both the covers of the book, and I have to ask you this, and though we are going a bit off topic here, but as I asked you before about your friends, but I'm interested to hear, like, have your English teachers read your book yet?
No, my English teacher doesn't know I've written the book yet, but
Uh-huh.
my eighth standards class teacher knows about it. Like I'm in ninth standard now,
Mm-hmm.
so my last year's class teacher knows about it. Yes,
Okay. So the best critics will come from there. Don't forget to show it to your English teacher.
sure, I
She'll
will
be the proudest and she'll be also the biggest critic, helpful critic of your work.
definitely.
So, how does it feel? And now we are doing this live session. You're a published author, and your book is out there. People are starting to find their way to it and starting to read it. Have you received any feedback? And how does it feel to be a published author at the age of 14?
Um, honestly, it feels very happy. Like it feels very like I'm honored, you can say. Like I have got feedback from my cousin sister. Like they say, she
Mhm.
says that the books are very nice. One of my parents is friends. She says that the book is very nice. Congratulations, keep doing well. So like whenever I get feedback about anything I've done, it
Mhm.
always feels very honorable.
Mm-hmm. And how does it feel? Like, I'm very, surprised and starry-eyed to think that you have accomplished this at the age of 14. I think at 14 I was just playing gilli danda. So, it's a very big achievement to have been published by the age of 14. I hope it inspires you to become a full-time writer. Are you planning?
About a full-time writer, I don't have really any solid plans right now.
Mm-hmm.
But as of now, I write to honor my passion. I write as a hobby, so for people to read.
Mm-hmm.
As of becoming a full-time author, I still have a long way to go and a lot to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say that I'm a tad bit young to say that right now.
Yes, but you know, your book is out there now, and
Yes.
uh, there must be times when you think, I wish I could just, because you're so passionate about reading and writing. So there must be some moments where you think, I wish I could just do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it definitely is a career choice I can pursue. Definitely
Uh,
is.
Okay, so the one thing that stands out here is that when I asked you about your reading and you mentioned about your writing also, that you love fantasy world because of the world building and the scope of imagination for both the writer and the reader.
Yes.
So, but you have not published your fantasy fiction yet. So, are we going to see any fantasy fictions around the corner from you?
Um, as I have a bit of a germ of an idea to
Mm-hmm.
write a fantasy fiction book like that. Like it's a work in progress right now. But
Okay.
this I'm writing to see if I can I am writing to try my hand at this to see if I can do good at this.
I'm sure you will do good because you're already a very advanced reader. You have that advantage that, and plus you have very supportive parents,
Thank you.
which are all the elements that you need. You have the passion, you have the support. So I just hope that we see a lot of more books from you. Are you working on anything else as such, or are you planning? like, okay, let's get this published maybe next.
Yeah, like I said in the last one, like I am working on that fantasy fiction novel, but like I also said, it's work under progress, and for now it's quite temporary. But yes, so far it's going pretty good.
Okay, and would you like to talk about what the fantasy world is like on the book, in the book that you're working on?
Um, I can reveal this much that it's gonna be magical,
Okay, and
like people with
where will there
powers.
be magical creatures?
Magical creatures, I haven't thought of that yet, honestly.
Okay, so we are going to see some fantasy fiction from you next. I just hope you do write that book and get it out there pretty soon. It's
Yes,
really nice to talk to you, Arnav. And so, one more thing that I want to ask is, who do you think will enjoy Where Fear Prowls the most? Like, what age group of people will enjoy it the most?
I'd say like around the age group of 9 to 11 years old. Like
Mhm.
that age group, I feel will enjoy this book.
Mhm.
Their
And
minds. Uh,
the
okay, go.
other one is for a much younger audience who are just learning the basics of
Yes,
life.
like 3 4 year
So
olds.
it's more for the parents than for the kids.
Yes, yes, you
So,
can say that.
but the where the fear paralysis is for people, for kids 9 years onwards, right?
Yeah, like I
Okay.
feel that though that age group's minds are better adapted to read this.
Okay. Okay. They'll be open to the world that you have created with a fresher mind than grown-ups. We are boring.
Yes.
Okay, so it was fun having you over, Arnav. I seriously hope that you continue to write, and I seriously hope your parents continue to support you and encourage you on this journey because we need storytellers. If I've learned anything from reading books is that we need storytellers, not to feed our minds
Yes.
uh, in a time, and especially right now we are going through a situation where we have nothing else to do and it can be really difficult for a lot of people, and reading books helps a
Yeah.
lot. And since it's your passion, I just hope you continue to write, continue to tell stories and inspire other boys and girls of your age to try out. If it's even if it's not writing, I just hope you inspire them to follow their passion as well. It's a really an honor to be able to talk to you today here. And
Thank you.
for our viewers, I would like to reiterate that Arnav is 14 years old and he's got 2 books out. You just need to go and check them out according to your tastes. And the links are there in the video. Links are available in the video. Just click on them and you can, it'll take you to the e-commerce site where you can buy the book directly. Buy the book to encourage Arnav. Buy the book to encourage other kids of his age to follow their passion. And thank you, Arnav, for joining us. I hope we get you here soon. Anything else you would like to add in the end?
Sure, yeah. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to my family, my friends, and the wonderful team at Authors Channel for helping me make this dream of publishing a book a reality. And I would also like to thank whoever who's watching to for taking time from their schedule and being here. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have a few comments over here. Amit Kumar Pachuar says, "Good job, Arnav. Keep it up." Then we have Shriya Kulkarni saying, really enjoying the stories, Arnav. There is Manikya Sanghi who says, will surely read your book. Would really like if you could have printed version of it too. So any plans for printed versions, Arnav?
Sure, but due to all this COVID situation,
Yeah,
Like the coronavirus is being a hindrance to get the books printed. Otherwise, if this
yeah,
was not there, then surely yes,
yeah.
we would
I
have got
just
the books printed.
Yeah, because this is from the publishing point of view that right now moving paperbacks to stores is really difficult because of the all the hygiene things that we have to consider, and even
Yeah.
more than I think more than 80% of the bookstores are closed right now. So yeah, but I just do hope that's another thing that I do hope that the books are out in print soon. Okay, and there is Gurmukh Singh Bawa saying superb. Uh, Nilesh Gulhane saying fantastic work, Arnav. Way to go. Sky is the limit. So that's from our viewers here today. So thank you, Arnav. I do hope to see your printed books in stores once things get back to a bit normal, and I do hope to see that fantasy book. I volunteer to read if you need feedback.
Surely.
That's just my way of ensuring that I get to read it before everybody else.
Okay. So hope you guys can read my books, and please feel free to leave any comments you'd like. I'll be sure to check them.
Yes, absolutely. And it'll be up also on YouTube soon. So see you there as well.
All right.
Thank you and have a good time. Be safe, people.
Thank you too. Thank you everyone who's viewing.